Shalom, and you're now locked in here at Israelite Talk TV, where you get nothing but the raw and the real whenever I'm in front of the camera. So make sure y'all show the page some love, like, subscribe, and share. Shalom and greetings, and welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, where you know you get nothing but the 100 whenever I'm in front of the camera. Now, family, it's a lot of stuff that's going on in these YouTube streets, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Finesse2Tymes and how Finesse2Tymes is on his way back to jail. But now, before I get into breaking down how he's on his way back to jail, let me address you Israelites out there that still come through here who have a hard time listening. You know, those of you that's sitting back in the back of the class and can't hear. Let me repeat myself for those of you who have a hard time of understanding, okay? Now, you guys come through here and you leave comments like, oh, well, this is, this is gospel and this is this and, all this, where the Israelite teachings at this and that. What you guys have to understand, and I want you guys to pay close attention. This channel right here is Israelite Talk TV, okay? And this is where we deal with all the current events surrounding the Israelites here in this nation. If you are looking for Israelite teachings, okay, I am a minister, certified. I've been teaching since 2016, okay? I have another channel. And if you go to my main channel here and go down to the bottom of the page, you will see Caugh, okay? Go down there, subscribe to Caugh, and go get them Israelite teachings. That's there, okay? That's already done. Now, some of you may say, oh, well, there's only so many teachings there. That's because we just rebranded everything, and all of those videos that's been out since 2016 are all on private until we able to go through everything and get everything re-released back out to the people, okay? So go subscribe to the channel if y'all want that work. Most of y'all are part of these camps and following these false doctrines anyway, okay? So y'all not really talking about nothing anyway and ain't really ready for this work anyway, okay? But on Israelite Talk TV, we are addressing the things that's going on in our communities. What you guys have to understand, regardless if these celebrities, these entertainers are part of y'all camps or identify Israelites, it doesn't take from the fact that they are still Israelites, okay? Just like when you look at a woman who has a child, that child has a mother and a father, okay? Now, regardless if that mother or father believe in what that child believes in, as far as from a religious standpoint, that's still biologically their people. You don't get to get rid of the nation. The people are who they are. So regardless if they're following y'all doctrine, which is good they're not following y'all doctrine, because a lot of y'all preaching, all these camps to some degree is teaching false doctrines. If you teaching out that New Testament, you teaching a false doctrine. They go for all these camps out here, okay? So at the end of the day, if you want the teachings, you go over there. But what I'm commissioned to do is to cry loud and spare not. To not tell us, to show Jacob their sins. And that's what we're doing. Because what you guys got to understand is that our communities are corrupt because these entertainers are being used by the enemy in order to corrupt households all around this nation. And it's time for us to get in there. You got these bloggers that sit in there that don't keep the commandments of the Most High, and they're directing and giving people the wrong information. So it's important for us, if you have been sent, to get in front of this camera and get into the middle of this thing and bring some clarification. We don't have any real leaders here in this country whenever it comes down from like a religious standpoint. You know what I'm saying? There's no real leaders that whenever something happened, like if you look what just happened with Skip, okay? Now, when stuff happened to Europeans and all these other nations, you got the ADL and all of these people that come out. But then when stuff happened to blacks or Israelites here in this nation, where's the black representation at? Who's coming out and demanding these people to lose their jobs and be canceled and do all this? It's not there, okay? So we got to get it done, you know what I mean? And we're going to get it done. So to those of you who have a hard time listening, okay, if you want the lessons, go to Caugh. It's there. If you guys can't understand that, then hey, start your own channels or go somewhere else. You ain't got to come here. And I find it ironic that y'all quick to say, oh, well, you talking about gospel, but yeah, you on my channel, you clicking on the video, meaning that you're looking for gospel. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear gossip. You know what I'm saying? So I miss me with all that garbage, man. But anyway, let's get to Finesse2Tymes, okay? Now, the reason why I'm going to touch on this Finesse2Tymes case is because I feel for people like Finesse2Tymes, okay? Because you are in a situation because basically your affiliation to certain camps, you know, like mob ties and things like that. And he know and understand that behind the stuff that happened, he got to be on guard. You know what I'm saying? And when we look at what happened down here at this concert, the man tweet. Okay. Now we heard his side of the story. You know what I'm saying? We heard the security guy side of the story. And shout out to Hood Educated. I would play the video, but I ain't trying to get no strikes or nothing like that. I'll leave the video down in the description box. But shout out to Hood Educated for getting the interview with the security guard that was shot, and he told his side of the story. So I listened to Finesse2Tymes side of the story, listen to the security guard side of the story, and then we got the video footage. So now I'm gonna go ahead and weigh in on the situation. I just think at the end of the day, Finesse2Tymes, he tweet, you know, because first off, if your brother or whoever it is going to, was talking to this club owner or whatever the case may be, you got security that's there. Let them take care of that. You the bad. You the one that's supposed to be there performing and doing your thing, whatever the case may be. So you should have just let security handle that. And whatever was going on, let them work that out. You know, it's obvious that they had the guns and they were the ones that was fighting. So you should have just stayed out the way, you know. So at the end of the day, all of this stuff is on camera. There's a lot of problems with this whole entire situation. Okay. Now you got a guy that's in the hospital and a woman was shot. And they basically just gave a full deposition on Hood Educated, okay? So, regardless, and I understand what the brother said. He a street dude, and he not saying nothing that. But you already done gave the deposition. We already know what's going on. So, you know, whenever the feds do pick this up, they're going to use that anyway. So, my thoughts is, instead of playing these games and this and that, you already done said what happened. You might as well just go on and cooperate with the police anyway. You know, instead of we make this stuff hard. Now it's different, and I want you guys to understand something. And I keep telling y'all about these fake street codes. It's different if that shooting happened down there. No video footage was released. Nobody made any statements. Nobody said nothing. That is what you call street stuff. You can't sit up here and give a full deposition and tell everybody what happened and then say, well, I'm not talking to the police. Why? You just told the whole world what's going on, including the police, but then you said you're not sitting down with the police. We got to stop doing that. If you're not going to say nothing, then you just don't get on the camera and say nothing. If you're going to speak, then you might as well sit down with the police and just tell them what happened, because you already done told the world what happened on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So at any rate, though, the guy already said that he's going to sue Finesse2Tymes. Now, from what this guy is saying, the club owners and the people that was shot was just doing their job. They wasn't trying to get up on Finesse2Tymes or anything like that. They was there to protect this guy and make sure that he wasn't getting outside of the boundaries of, you know, because as an artist, you know, you start getting turned up and you want to go down into the crowd and stuff. So, you know, they was like, wait a minute, let's try to make sure everything's secure. And he tweet because he know and understand that he got beef behind this mob tie stuff. And it's going to be problematic for Finesse2Tymes going out here to do shows because you got too many targets on you. You know, let's not forget about the Memphis beef that he had. You know, let's not think that all of this stuff that was going on with Dolph, and when he was saying he was going to smack Dolph and do all of this stuff, that's over and done with. You know, you still got beef back at the crib, you know, because of your affiliation and ties to who you tie with. And then you got this stuff going on with mob ties, you know. So this dude is a walking target, okay? Now, they have arrested 2 guys that are allegedly supposed to be part of his entourage, okay? Now, this is where the things get tricky at, right? And this is how they're getting ready to wrap Finesse2Tymes up. They're saying that they found the guns, okay?
They found the guns, okay? Now, these guys, they saying, are not even from Tennessee. They're from a whole different state, okay? Now, what you guys have to understand, and I don't want to speak too much from a legal license security perspective because I don't know 100%. But what I do know is that in each state, the gun laws are different, okay? So say if you got a gun license in a certain state, that gun license, the rules are different in different states. So certain states don't honor gun licenses in certain states, and certain states do honor it, you know. Certain states will allow you to pass through the state with the gun, but you're not able to like be out in the state carrying and doing things like that. So then you got guys that's not even from that state that has guns. Now, I don't know if these guys that's being charged with the shooting had any gun permits, a license or anything like that. From what the guy that got shot was saying, he was like, those guys was like hood guys. These wasn't no, you know, no license security and, you know, because he broke it all down in the interview. Like I said, I'm going to leave a link to Hood Educated to that video in the description box. But here you got, we don't know if these guns were registered to these guys or not. And 9 times out of 10, if the guns are registered to them, they don't live in Tennessee. That means that they live in a whole nother state, meaning that they cross state lines to get into Tennessee with these guns. Okay. So all of this stuff is going to become problematic. So now what that's going to do is that's going to draw Finesse2Tymes in, because they're going to say, well, these guys ain't licensed security. What are you doing hanging around guys that's got guns, that's not registered and this and that? And that's going to violate his probation, okay? His federal probation, okay? Then you have this guy that's saying, this security guard, and I'm pretty sure that if this security guard is going to sue Finesse2Tymes, the club owner is most likely going to sue Finesse2Tymes also. There was some thing about the money. Now, I heard what Finesse2Tymes said. He said that he had rented out the building, okay, to do the thing, you know. But he did admit that they did leave with that money, and he did admit that he was supposed to give them that 10%. Now, whether he sent them that 10% on the back end since this stuff happened, I don't know. I can't confirm that. But at any rate, 9 times out of 10, they're getting ready to sue Finesse2Tymes. I'm going to say 10 times out of 10. The guy already said this is what they're doing. The club owner them is probably going to sue Finesse2Tymes. So now this guy is finna get into legal troubles, and he was just on the live boasting and bragging about he up 2 million and he this and that. They getting ready to come and they're going to get that money. My thoughts on this whole situation is this. It's a sad situation because Finesse2Tymes just got out the feds, okay? You know, he strikes as being, you know, a solid dude from the streets. Nothing as far as him telling on people and people paperwork and things like that from that perspective, you know. And I feel sad for people that's real because, you know, you're going to always be somebody get out of jail free card. People are going to be around you like you see with the Young Thug situation. And I'm not saying that I condone none of this stuff they're doing. I'm talking about, excuse me, people that's really real about this, real about what they're doing and being surrounded around fake people, you know, because I don't like that. I hate fake people, you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like if people are doing stuff out here that they should be able to get off the hook just because they tell. If you commit a crime, you still guilty as that person is, okay? There's nothing in Tanakh that says, oh, if you tell on this person, you can get out of the jam. Nah, if you commit a crime or you break the commandments, you guilty. Ain't no way around that, you know? So that's why I don't honor that. I don't like that system of how they do business here in the United States. But at any rate, Finesse2Tymes is in a bad situation, man. He would have been better out just coming out doing his own thing, but because he tied in with Bread Gang, with Moneybag Yo, and he tied in with Montage, he's a liability now, you know, because what you guys got to understand, he's got to go to these different cities to do these shows. And you hear how he's complaining about the promoters and all of this stuff and how they're not doing business properly. This is how it's going to be. And you got to go until you become a big artist where you can get into certain arenas where you don't have to worry about it and everything is really secure how it's supposed to be secure. You know, And then you got to bring your entourage. You going from state to state with these people. You traveling with guns. A lot of times these guns are not registered, you know, to the people that's got the guns. They, you know, they throwaways, you know, and they're just, you know, for situations like that, if they got to shoot and get up out the jam, you know. So it's just too much risk you got to do to go get the money. And with this dude broadcasting to the world that he's on federal probation and got all this stuff going on, he's a target. So it's like you want the fame and the money that bad that you're going to look with everything you got to go through to get the money. So be looking here real soon for the feds to violate his probation. Okay, once they get all this information, they're getting ready to violate his probation. The man is going back to jail. He's going to sit down for whatever he got left on his supervised release. He's going to do that, and then he's going to eventually get back out and then, you know, continue with what he's doing. But this just ain't a good look, you know. So I just want to take a few minutes out to just kind of breathe on this thing and just give my perspective on it. You know, there's so many different ways out here for us as Israelites to get money, man. Why are we steady risking our lives and the lives of our people? Think about that. Why are we risking our lives and the lives of our people just to go into these clubs where you know there's a danger? You know that, you know what I'm saying, that stuff is already sketchy and that these people can line you up. Why are we taking these type of chances, these type of risks in order to get money when we got so many other things that we can be doing to get money? I don't understand that, you know, and we got to do better as a people. So this is y'all report today on Finesse2Tymes, and you know, I'll talk to you guys soon. Shalom.